Tonight, on Live from the Theater Basement, we'll talk with the producers of Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase. Bringing new plays to the stage, NAPS is a collaboration between Northern Arizona University's creative writing program and Theatrikos. Hey, that's us. Each year, NAPS hosts a 10-minute play contest, calling on directors and actors to celebrate and showcase chosen 10-minute plays right here in Flagstaff. They've got performances coming up in September. NAPS, hey, they're also a producing partner on Live from the Theater Basement. They're coming up next here on Live from the Theater Basement.
Warner's Nursery is a family-owned and operated garden center in Flagstaff, Arizona, dedicated to providing premier quality plants at reasonable prices, excellent customer service, and expert gardening advice. Warner's Nursery, 1101 East Butler Avenue, is proud to support Theatrikos' reopening production of Native Gardens.
I'm your host, Chris Verrill. Tonight, our first-time correspondent, Lynn Timmons-Edwards, talks with the producers of Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase, Ann Cummins, Lawrence Lenhart, and Levi Stallings. And we've got some thunderstorms here in Flagstaff. Very exciting. We'll see if we survive that from an audio perspective.
It's wonderful.
All right,
I
here
feel
they
very
are.
privileged
The good folks
to be here tonight
at Northern Arizona
with these
Playwriting
amazing
Showcase
arts leaders
here
from Northern Arizona.
On Live from the Theater
So
Basement.
NAPS, Ann, how was it founded? And tell me a little bit about this partnership between NAU and Theatrikos.
Well, NAPS was founded in 2008 by me and a couple of graduate students at NAU. We just thought it would be really cool to explore the possibilities of the 10-minute play. And the graduate students were Patty Petlin and Brooke Wonders. And they both were very involved with Theatrikos on the acting side and the tech side. So we joined partners with the MFA program in creative writing and with Theatrikos then. And we have been running a showcase every year since.
Well, that's wonderful. I know that Chris is a big proponent of partnerships. So NAPS 2021, Lawrence, when is it? How do we get a ticket?
Right, as opposed to last year, which was all online, meaning our showcase kind of happened year round. This year it's happening 3 specific dates, September 10th and 11th at 7:30 p.m. and September 12th at 2 p.m. And you can buy tickets at theatrikos.com or at the box office for $10 per ticket.
Thank you. And auditions are coming up soon, I think. Can you tell us just when that's going on?
Yeah, so auditions are on August 24th, so right around the corner at 6:30 p.m. If you are inclined to try out one of these plays, you can show up. All the directors will be there. It would be a great time. So whether you're a beginning or experienced actor, we're welcoming to all different types.
Great. Well, I'm going to throw the next question to Levi, because were you a beginning or an experienced actor, and how did you come to get involved with NAPS?
Well, I was just a grad student, been a long-time student of Ann's actually all the way since my undergrad, and she was one of the people who really first got me into acting. I suppose I'd taken a couple bit parts in plays here and there, like growing up, mostly for like school. But yeah, NAPS has actually become probably my biggest acting experience over the last few years. So I'm really thankful for NAU and the grad program that got me involved in that in the first place. But it's accessible to anybody. I'd really recommend anybody interested just coming out and auditioning there on the 24th. It's a great time for everybody.
Uh-huh. Did Ann give you an A?
As I recall, Ann has given me a couple of A's, but she made me work for him.
Well, that's good. So you're tough. All right, tell me a little bit about this year's competition. I understand it's a little bit different. Tell me a little bit about the judging of the plays that were submitted, and then we'll get to what you all are calling the second act. So Lawrence, do you want to take this one? Who are your
Sure.
judges, and what did you put before them? What was their task this year?
Right. Yeah. This year's judges are Amber McCrary, Mark DeSauer, and Nicole Katz. They all come with their own diverse experiences in writing, editing, publishing, acting, and directing. And so they have a good eye and ear for what will work on the stage. They were forwarded 45 plays that were submitted from across the country, even a few international submissions. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing which ones they rise to the top for them. They're actually meeting in just 24 hours to make final selections. So yeah, with that in mind, though, we are acutely aware of how national our competition has become. And so we're looking forward to the second act, which I think Anne can speak to a bit more, putting the Northern Arizona back in our playwriting showcase.
Okay. So second act. Anne, you want to start, and then Levi, I'll have you pick up on what's that about.
Yeah, really, as Lawrence said, we really did want to put the Northern back into Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase. And we found ourselves just talking about how different Flagstaff is now post-pandemic, and how all of us were sort of locked in our houses for a long time and got the opportunity to look twice at the place where we live, and really felt that we wanted to celebrate the place where we lived and the writers and the artists who live in this place. So we looked for some of the writers we asked to write the second act have been previous NAPS winners. Some of them have unique experiences, like Jean Rukila is writing a play about fire season, summer. So the thematic frame for the second act is Flagstaff seasons. We will have a fall, winter, summer, or spring, summer, and then monsoon season.
Okay, great. Levi, I understand you're directing one of these plays. So how have those plays been submitted? Are you already prepped, or are you waiting to find out what the play is as you get prepared to direct it?
I'll be directing the play that represents Flagstaff's winter. So snow is a central component of that play, really kind of a symbol, and we get to see a few different perspectives that locals might have on the environment in regards to, I guess starting out with really kind of a fun, heist that's also showing how different locals respond to environmental concerns here in Flagstaff, especially around winter months. There's some sledding in there as well. It's all really interesting in 10 minutes all there. So that's what the play is about. And as Anne was saying, we have a summer play that's going to represent summer through fire season, and really all the different seasons, including monsoon, will somehow be shown through symbols that you might attach to different things here in town.
Well, I doubt that we're going to have actual fire on stage or a snow machine. So it sounds like that the audience will have a wonderful opportunity to use their imaginations. So, Anne, do you want to mention, since we're kind of talking about the second act, what are we doing for spring and fall? Do you already know what those plays are?
Yeah, we have been workshopping these 5 plays for the last several weeks. And I want to tell you who the authors are.
Please.
The Doug McLaughlin, who's a 2-time NAPS winner, is writing fall for us. And he's got his play set up in Lockett Meadow. And it's about fall in Lockett Meadow. Yeah, absolutely. And then as Levi said, we've got our winter play. That's by Larry Hendricks, also a former NAPS winner. Our spring play is by Shania Smith, who's from Chinle and is also a visual artist, and she's writing spring using hummingbird as the governing symbol in that play. Jean Wakila, as I said, has served as fire watch for 30 years in and around the Coconino County. So she is writing from the perspective of somebody who's on high looking for fires. And Margarita Cruz is writing a character-driven play about turmoil during monsoon season.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds like it's a wonderful palette of diversity, which is something that I know theaters have been keenly aware of in the recent years. So that's very exciting to know that Theatrikos is moving in that direction. I wanted to ask each of you, because I know that you've had multiple years experience with NAPS. I'm going to start with Levi. Tell me a little story that maybe not everybody knows about something that left an impression on you with NAPS.
Oh, I would say getting to know the same actors, behind the green screen, or the green room, I should have said. And
I
although,
have to
it is a
throw
bit of
in
a
Levi
screen.
as a film director. That's why he said green screen.
Right, that was a film director's slip into the screen, but there is like a screen between you and the audience back there, and really just getting to know that culture. Oh gosh, I went through a lot of trouble trying to find a door, a stage door for the first play that I directed at Theatrikos. And it was through connections that I made down there that I knew to ask around, and get some prop door on stage. And that was really just so somebody could knock and come in. I probably wouldn't do things the same now, but that was a real task in of itself. Just
Uh-huh.
like getting that minor amount of staging in such a diverse night where we have a lot of different plays going on, that I was only able to make because I was able to talk to such actors and tech people and directors and just everybody backstage, which really has been my favorite part of the process.
Uh-huh. Yes, well, I have a little experience with naps, and I know that, when you're only in a 10-minute play and it goes on for an hour and a half to 2 hours, you do spend a lot of time in the green room. So there's a lot of time to meet with people. Lawrence, how many years have you been involved with naps, and do you have a kind of memory that sticks with you?
Sure, I believe this is my fourth year with NAPS. My third as co-producer. I think so. And I would just say that one thing that impresses me every year with NAPS is just the variety of shows. So the fact that these are 10-minute plays means that you can have, in the span of, like you mentioned, an hour and a half, dramas, comedies, absurdist plays. You can have them taking place. You can see AI, and then romance back to back. But really, what sticks out to me, and I'd be remiss not to say it in present company, is a play written by Ann Cummins, and with the primary actor being Levi Stallings, and just this kind of blood curdling scream that Levi gave, to kind of during this unhinged performance. And I love how sometimes unhinged, unsafe, fearful I get during some of these performances, breaking Levi breaking the fourth wall, coming into the audience and grabbing a stage body, out of their own seat. And yeah, just these kind of moments, are it's family fun, I should mention, but these moments are the ones that definitely stick with me, and give me an adrenaline rush there right in the theater.
Well, Anne, I would be remiss if I didn't now throw it to you and say, what was this play, and where did those seeds come from?
Well, I drew it from the I Ching. It was an I Ching reading called on What's Been Spoiled. And it was a play meant for Halloween. And it's about a character, Levi, who keeps throwing the I Ching and he keeps getting this reading. And he's trying to figure out how to get out of the loop of working on what's been spoiled.
Is it a one person play?
Yes, one person play.
Wow.
Oh, wait, no, that is it. Is it? Yeah, Levi, remind me, because we've done two.
There's a
Was
stage
that a
buddy.
one?
Yeah, developed a few different ways. It seems like a one person play, but there is a stage plant in the audience that winds up getting
Right.
involved at the end as
Ah,
That's right.
things start physically interacting between this person who's maybe really seemed like they're having more of an interior monologue throughout most of it, but then we break the fourth wall toward the end. And then we had a great actress, Patty, in the audience who definitely took on a more symbolic role after we staged that a few different times. So I
uh-huh.
would certainly say she was a character in that, but we had kind of a fake out because 90% of the play did seem like a one person show.
Was this your Naps debut, Levi?
Uh, no, you know what? I guess this would be in the middle of
Okay.
my Naps career.
And was it easy for you to bare your soul like that, or was that part of the directorial process? And who was your director?
Well, Anne was the director, and also Anne wrote it. Although I think that we had a great collaboration, between Anne, myself, and Patty on how we really wanted to stage all of that. And let's see, that was a different role for me, definitely. So not I don't know. I think I pulled it off pretty well. A number of people have talked about it. In hindsight, I would probably gravitate toward something less emotionally intense with most of the stage and different acting that I've done. But also, I'm really glad that I've gotten to do that. I think that it was a good stretch for me. It was a pretty dark role, which I really don't see as my personality. And I remember I ran into somebody at the bar later, and they said something like, "Oh gosh, you're scary," and that's not how I really saw myself. But it was really fun to do and to really explore that emotion and just energy. So I was thankful for that, and it was a challenge as an actor, but I'm also really glad that I got to do it.
Do you think acting informs your work as a director? Do you think that makes it easier to relate to your actors?
I would hope so. So far, this will only be the third time that I've gotten a chance to direct a stage play this upcoming season. So I think I'm still finding really a lot of my skills as as a director, as an actor, or
Before she
whatever
gets to another
level there
question,
is
or
in the
maybe she doesn't know
playmaking
how not
process. But really with anything, I'd like to
dump it out.
see different roles inform each other. So I've mostly been, in the past, just asked my, actors to, roll with it and interpret my writing how they will, and that's been fun for me. In this upcoming season, then maybe some of my work as an actor might come into play more often, but I also like to give people space to really explore their own acting, uh, you know, style. And I would say that's a balance that I'm just kind of beginning to recognize, depending on which role I'm taking, on stage or off of it.
Mhm. Now, Anne, you're a writer. Well, you're a professor emeritus from NAU, a writer, a
Yes.
director. Have you crossed over and been also an actor?
No, I am really bad on stage. I'm really kind of wooden, I self-conscious. I've got the ability to project my voice, and I feel perfectly comfortable speaking and reading, but to actually get up there and move around and convince anybody that I'm a character or whatever it is I need to be, I'm terrible.
Well, now that you're retired from NAU, then what is your primary artistic focus these days?
I'm just taking it one day at a time. I got a couple of books on the burners and
Oh,
am just having a wonderful time reconnecting with nature, getting out into nature all the time and reconnecting with the community and
now Lawrence, you're still working the professor gig, but how does that relate to your work as writing, directing, acting, any of those things light your fire?
Right. Yeah. I think in recent months, I've been working on a textbook with friend Will Cordero, who's also written and acted in some NAPS performances. And that textbook is about experimental writing. And we do have a chapter on theater, a different chapter on kind of conceptual performance, conceptual art. And so those have been kind of mind bending to me. He's more of the theater expert in this venture. And so it's been, yeah, really great to be exposed to all of these different forms of theater. And yeah, I'd love to see NAPS or Theatrikos push themselves and stretch themselves in these directions. So yeah, that's one project that I'm in the center of right now.
Experience an elevated senior living lifestyle at The Bluffs in beautiful Flagstaff, Arizona. Imagine an intimate and authentic retirement lifestyle enhanced by custom-tailored 5-star quality service in an upscale community at the edge of a picturesque mountain. The Bluffs in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Tonight's correspondent, Lynn Timmons Edwards, doing a wonderful first interview. Thank you so much. Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase and Cummins, Lawrence Lenhart, who Ava thinks is the hero of tonight, and Levi Stallings. All of you, welcome to the show. Live from this theater basement, producers Ashley Larson, Linda Sotera, engineers Sam Bradbury and Matt Brewer, technicians Ava Haynes and Jaden Roberts, associate producers Virginia Brown, Joe Maniglia, and Michael Roulon, correspondents Mackenzie Chase, Jamie Hassapis, Lynn Timmons Edwards, Sel Wasson, crew Bailey Cunningham, Sam Dickman, Angela Keith, Malene LaBerge, Justin Moscow, and Christopher Celestua. Dramaturgy, Theatrikos Artistic Committee, play curation by the good folks that you see here from Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase. Executive producer, Chris Farrell. Live from the theater basement, streaming live on Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. and available wherever you get your podcasts, is a production of Theatrikos Theatre Company, in partnership with all the good folks you just saw in this interview and Deuteron Films. All of them, by the way, surviving the wonderful thunderstorms we have going on here in Flagstaff that have thrown a wrinkle into today's show. Our mountain town's internet isn't always what we'd like it to be, but we've got it done. Theatrikos Theatre Company, Flagstaff, Arizona, is the theater company of Northern Arizona and the Grand Canyon, embracing the spirit of Broadway with such wonderful shows as I Hate Hamlet. Do you like Hamlet? No, you hate Hamlet. It's the anti-Shakespearean comedy running October 1st through 17th. Tickets now available. Live from the theater basement, the weekly podcast streaming show from Theatrikos Theatre Company alternates between 10-minute short plays and interviews with Arizona arts leaders. If you're a playwright of a 10-minute show, NAPS regularly accepts submissions. You can email theater@theatrikos.com for submission guidelines, and we'll forward them on to you. If you'd like to see wonderful 10-minute shows live in person, you can follow Northern Arizona Playwriting Showcase on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And as you heard, you can see their show on September 10th, 11th, and 12th. And if you want to audition, that audition is coming up as well. Also, if you are, as a listener viewer, have input, there's the email, theater@theatrikos.com. Oh, there's some more thunder. Live from the theater basement, streaming live on Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. Oh, lots of good thunder. We need the rain. We like the rain. It messes up the internet, but I'll take that trade-off. Anyway, it's funded in part by Creative Flagstaff, formerly the Flagstaff Arts Council, and the Arizona Community Foundation. Additional funding from Arizona Commission on the Arts, Flagstaff 365, BBB revenue of the City of Flagstaff, Calf Country Radio, and patrons of the arts like you. Thanks for joining us here on a thunderstorm-filled live from the theater basement. This is Theatrikos. Coming up next week on Live from the Theater Basement, it's an evening of spoken word, part 2. 3 Flagstaff poets strut their stuff. Next week, Sunday, August 22nd at 7:30 p.m. and wherever you get your podcasts.